Hi, my name's Amy Johnston, and this is Case Study for EDL 850 School Law. Category 1. What do we know? We know that Dr. Smith hired Miss Tate to teach specialized science courses in an affluent high school. We know that Miss Tate is in her second year of teaching, and she has a good rigor, but lack of connection is causing some discontent amongst the community, even with the attempts from Dr. Smith to support that and kind of grow that. The next thing we know is that there was an email sent to Miss Tate where she felt threatened and it was offensive, and she immediately contacted Dr. Smith to inform him. The final thing that we know is Dr. Smith documented the information and set a plan to meet with Miss Tate in the morning to investigate further. What do we need to know? We need to know what the school's policy is for internet slander, who is identified in the district as the responsible person to handle the technology investigations, and the last thing would be, has William had any documented behavior incidences that would cause Miss Tate to have merit for the speculation she had in identifying him as a possible source for the website? In my opinion, the problem has three parts. The first part is Miss Tate is struggling to form relationships and set reasonable expectations in her class, and the parent and students just don't really understand her setup. The next thing would be students are handling their frustration with Miss Tate in an inappropriate manner. And finally, Dr. Smith needs to follow the expectations for conflict with a teacher and internet slander. Category 2. Steps to resolve the problem. First, it needs to be determined who actually sent the email. Then there needs to be an interview of the students for possible information, maybe what led up to the email or the website, kind of some background information. The next thing that would need to happen is the administrator needs an appropriate consequence for the guilty party. Then there needs to be a plan with Miss Tate to coach her until her classroom is less stressful for students. And finally, there needs to be an established avenue for students to address concern with staff. To be able to implement this plan, there are several strategies that need to happen. First, the principal needs to contact the appropriate support person so they can identify the sender of the email. The principal would then need to conduct student interviews to confirm the individual responsible and get the rest of the story. Next, they would need to research and discuss with the superintendent what an appropriate consequence might be, maybe contact other principals or see if something similar has happened in another district. Then they need to set dates for a coaching cycle with Miss Tate to improve her classroom culture. This could be done through a coach, or if they don't have a coach, maybe through the principal, but there needs to be follow through until change happens. Last, they need to involve students, maybe a student council to develop an appropriate avenue for students to express their concerns. Category 3. What's best for students? It's important that we promote the academic success and personal well-being of every student. So some of the facts from this case is Miss Tate is only a second-year teacher. Even though she seems older and has many degrees, she still is young and has a lot to learn as far as her teaching experience. There have been many calls from parents to express concern for the classroom expectations. And finally, the fact is that we know there was a website link emailed to Miss Tate and she did feel threatened. Category 4. Some of the things I was thinking, feeling, and valuing. First, I was thinking that I never read the words that suggested someone actually kill Miss Tate. I felt that the situation was actually boiling before and was not surprised that it resulted in someone acting in an inappropriate manner. And third, I was valuing the fact that Miss Tate felt comfortable to call Dr. Smith. Unresolved issues that need to be further investigated. First, it's still unresolved who actually made the website. Another unresolved fact is it's unknown once the guilty party is identified how they responded to the questioning. Did they feel remorse? Were they angry? Did they feel that they were doing the right thing? And last, it's unknown if Miss Tate feels the issue was resolved in a way that supported her as an employee. Category 5. So how did the building leader handle this with integrity? First, he held the respect of the community, so he built that before the problem even arose. He showed care and concern for Miss Tate's well-being. He didn't minimize her feelings, and the principal didn't gossip about the students and speculate without evidence. In the area of fairness, the principal documented the facts, not the feelings. He did not target a specific student or family, and the principal shared his plan to dig deeper into the problem to identify more facts. The ethical manner which the principal handled this impressed me. He didn't disclose to Miss Tate about the parent phone calls, but instead was making efforts to improve Miss Tate's classroom and situation. He did not support or deny his assumptions about William's involvement. And finally, the principal handled the issue with importance. Thank you.